Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Tribe Forex Power Hour. I'm Marcello. Today is June 3rd, 2014. Is this year flying by or what? What I'm going to do today is what I've done for years, which is an analysis of the markets and evaluation of our biases, which are based upon the 5 p.m. Eastern Time close of our daily bars. So what's our formula for success? Basically, at 5 p.m. Eastern Time or after, I will do a market analysis to determine the bias. I can execute that bias in two ways. One, I can take a set and forget it trade. Or two, I can day trade in the direction of our bias using pods for bigger profits. So, number one, what is the bias? All right. The bias, obviously, for us, it's a slant on things. So more or less, it's where we believe price will go. So if I have a bias toward the sell side, meaning I have a sell bias, that means that I believe that that a currency pair is going to move down in price, okay? And so I'm going to be looking for sell trades. I'm not going to be looking for buy trades there, and vice versa. And then we also have something called consolidation bias, and that means that when price moves in a range, that we buy and sell off of the lower and the upper areas respectively, okay? So set and forget it trade, guys, for us. Here is a trade in which we set the entry, the stop loss, and the take profit before the session begins. For people with a 9-to-5 job, don't have a lot of time, this would be most likely the way that you'd like to go. And two, day trade in the direction of our bias. If you don't know how to day trade, we do have a live trade room. It's on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1 to 3 a.m. Eastern Time, and then again, 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We have a professional trader who you can ask questions and watch him trade and actually take trades with him and hopefully make money with him on those particular days. And obviously, day trading, you have more opportunities and you also have better leverage, so you can make more money faster. All right, having said that, let's take a look at the charts to determine what our bias is. So I'm going to start with the euro dollar, and here we have the euro. And basically, guys, I call the buy trade on the euro dollar, even though we have an overall sell bias here. So I was right on, obviously. Price did really move back up and retraced, stayed right in the consolidation. This was actually a consolidation bias with a buy, okay? And so now we're going to be looking for more consolidation. Now, where it is in the range, it can go anywhere. It can go up to the top here and really test these highs, or it can come straight down from where it is and really test these lows. So we are in consolidation. Guys, the overall bias is a sell here. We are in consolidation waiting for more of a sell bias overall. And so we are also looking for non-farm payroll. And so non-farm payroll will be happening on Friday. So we could see some more vacillation for the next day or two, and then we can see price really begin to go where it wants to go. Now, we may have actually a push up by the market here to really test those highs, to get to another area, to push out the sells, okay? And once they get the sells out, then they're going to slam this thing back down and a continuation. Why do I say that? I've been saying it for the last couple of months. If you guys listened to me and actually took on this thing the way that I said to, then you would have had a great opportunity from the top at 140.00 to be able to make profit all the way down here to where we are at 136.00. So we're here at the lower side. I am going to be looking for a sell overall. You can see here that we just passed. We're still kind of in the apex of an overall move. We hit the upper area here, and we're more likely than not going to see price continue to move down. And that is our euro dollar assessment. We can see that thing get down to 135, 134, 133 in that vicinity. And if it breaks those areas, those regions, we can see it get down to 130.00. And below that, there's plenty of room for it to get down to support areas as well. And so that is our euro dollar assessment. We are still in consolidation, calling a consolidation bias here on the euro. So look for it to sell off the highs and buy off the lows. That's what we're looking for here. My best choice is to take a sell off of the highs, off of areas of support and resistance. All right, the dollar Swiss, same thing. Guys, yesterday you saw me. I was in a trade. It was a dollar Swiss sell. I was looking for some pips there. Did I get those pips? Absolutely, I did. I said a stronger trade would have been the dollar Swiss. We were really bucking up against this trend line here. We had a Bollinger Band. Right above it, we have this 50 EMA on the weekly chart, and then we were at the 80 Bollinger and the 200 EMA on the daily chart. Sorry. And so that was a perfect place for us to take a sell, and I did take a sell. You saw me in that sell yesterday, and we took that thing all the way down and made some money. So you can see where it stands right now. We are more in consolidation, so we could be seeing more of consolidation. This is what I want to show you really quickly on this dollar Swiss that might help you, because it just helps. So, these are our points. This is actually our point here. Okay, so we have two swing lows, 1, 2. So price could come back down to 89.47 and then find its way back up. So that may be a bouncing point, 89.47, 89.48, so 89.50, and then push its way back up to the highs here where this trend line is. I think the overall bias here obviously is and this is forming and coming into into an apex here of a flag formation, and so we're going to use that. All right, so the overall way that price wants to go is a buy. How do I know that? Let's go to the monthly. I got a lot of stuff on my chart. Excuse me for that, guys. I'm going to start getting some charts that are not that filled up. Got a beautiful indicator too that I'm using these days that we created for this purpose. That's a little cleaner. All right, so I'm looking at the monthly chart here. See if I have a trend line here just yet. Not quite. You can see the movement here in the market. It's overall been a downtrend on the dollar Swiss. But we're going to see price move back up, most likely to this 50 EMA. It's going to continue in its range here. And we're going to take it from the range and move from there up. That is the dollar Swiss. So looking at the daily, though, we have a consolidation that's coming into play. We'll see if it gets back up there, actually. This is actually an interesting play because we have an area of resistance here. You could see price come back up and then see it drop all the way down to 88.50, which would be interesting. What's more interesting is this double bottom that we have here. So this dollar Swiss is actually playing out in an interesting way because we do have an area of support here, of resistance here. And we'll have to see if price really pushes through that area and really closes above it to know if this trend line is going to hold, because this trend line actually dates back to middle of November of 2013. So that is a very strong area of resistance there. So I'm going to be looking for how price plays off of that area, see if it breaks through or not, and then we'll be able to give a clear assessment of where price is going from there. For the time being, we're going to go with consolidation, and I'm going to watch for how this really unfolds. All right, so the pound dollar, same exact thing. We're looking for consolidation, a nice sell off of 167.50. That's exactly what we got. I said 167.63 actually. I called it. And price went up to 167.81, so 18 pips beyond that. And you can see exactly what happened. Price just dropped down into this consolidation. It was a good day for the consolidation bias. And so, guys, we're below this trend line that we've had since October, November of 2013. And so we're going to look at that area again for a sell off of. So price gets back up there, we're going to be looking for a sell off of that. This is a consolidation play, guys. It's right inside of that zone, and we're going to look for an overall sell so far on the pound dollar. That's where we are. So we're going to take a look and wait for that. The dollar yen I called a buy, and we did have a nice buy move. I'm going to look for more of that movement. We're going to look for a dollar yen buy here. Aussie dollar consolidation, as I said, and it was consolidation, bounced off of this this 200 EMA and did move up. I'm going to look for more of that action as well. We have two swing highs though, so we can use those swing highs to get an idea of where price may go from here. May get a bounce, move up 93.06 and a bounce back down. That would be predictable. And so we're in consolidation on that one as well. Euro yen, big move up. We expected that. I called a buy on the euro yen. I'm going to look for a buy up to 140.15, which is where the 50 EMA is. And I'm going to look for some form of a sell off of that 50 EMA as well. And the pound yen, we have reached highs again where we were before previously. And this is right into the consolidation. It really plays into a consolidation here on the pound yen. For that reason, I really don't have a call. I'd like to see it get back up here to 173.07, but I don't know. We're still really within the consolidation zone here, so I'm not going to call anything on the pound yen for today. The New Zealand dollar, we expected it to bounce off of 84.37. It didn't quite do that at 84.37. It's actually continued to move down here. And so it closed below 84.37, which is our area of support. So now it's treating it as, well, we don't know what it's going to treat it as quite yet. We'll see today if it treats it as a resistance point, at which point now it's the ceiling and not the floor to hold it up. It's going to be a resistance point. Let me take a look at the weekly and see if there's anything to be seen there. In the monthly. No, it looks like a sell, a solid sell here, guys. Looks like the New Zealand dollar is just ready for a sell. So let's look for that. I think the New Zealand yen had a pretty decent move from what I can tell here. I bet it did. Must have passed it somehow. Tell you what I'm going to do is just create a new chart. Doesn't even matter. Instead of looking for it, I'll just do that. Okay. Yep, sure enough, did. So there was a price move up, and then there was a sell and consolidation here on the New Zealand yen to be expected. I thought it was probably a bigger move than that, but it was pretty decent. Uh-oh. So I closed my charts here. All right, so back here, closing out this New Zealand yen and getting back to business here. Dollar CAD. Dollar CAD was expected to go up to the 50 EMA. It did go up to the 50 EMA. What am I looking for on the dollar CAD today? I'm probably going to look for a price to retest this 50 EMA and maybe go above it. Okay, overall bias on the dollar CAD for us is a buy. So that pretty much sums it up, guys. If I could say which currency pairs to look at, I think the euro dollar is a sell here. It's going to look at areas of resistance to sell off of. Dollar Swiss is going to be a buy as it's in consolidation. That looks pretty certain from where we're sitting. The pound dollar looks like a sell as well. Looks like it may bounce up against this trend line at 167.64 and continue to move. Dollar yen looks like a buy. Less strong, if you will. I would say that the Aussie dollar is in consolidation. It's just a simple consolidation bias. Euro yen looks like it's going to get up to the 50 EMA at 140.15 and then test that and no call on the pound yen. New Zealand dollar is going to be, we have to wait and see how it unfolds here on the New Zealand dollar, as it is retesting 0.8440, which is was an area of support, now is resistance. And the dollar CAD, obviously, as I said, is going to continue. It's going to retest 50 EMA and then potentially move to the upside. And that, guys, is our analysis for June 3rd, 2014. And with that, I'll talk to you soon. All the best. Happy trading.